Now, a new species of worm, which has eyes on its head and also on its bottom, has been discovered. Scientists found the unusual animal during a survey of the West Shetland Shelf Marine Protected Area, and following the worm's discovery, it's been added to the collections of National Museums Scotland and Edinburgh. Well, Joey O'Connor is a marine scientist at the Joint Nature Conservation Committee. Joey, if it had eyes there and there, must have been tricky to catch.
Hi, Barry. Yes, it certainly was. Thanks for having me on. It's great to have the opportunity to introduce this amazing new species to your listeners, which, as you've said, has a fairly interesting feature, which has garnered a bit of reaction on social media over the last day or two, which has been great. I'm not sure if you're a follower of #Worm Wednesday, but
that's a new one.
Yeah, us in the worm community sometimes go on there. So if people want to have a look at the new species, it's trending there, and we're also looking to run a mini campaign to find a family-friendly pet name for the new species, which is its scientific name is Ampharete oculicirrata, which Ampharete is the type of worm, and then the oculicirrata refer to the appendages on the tail end of the worm, or its bottom, where these additional eyes can be found.
So just describe what it looks like. I mean, it lives underwater.
Yeah, so the worm was found in about 140 metres of water in as you said, the West Shetland Shelf Marine Protected Area. So it's we found 80 of them on our survey, where they ranged in size from 4 millimetres to 10 millimetres was the biggest. So they're quite small, quite teeny. And they were so that the survey that we carried out is part of a wider programme of marine protected area monitoring, where we go to see with our partners, Marine Scotland, on their research vessel Scotia, kind of pretty much once a year to a variety of the marine protected areas in Scottish waters, to gather data to monitor the condition of the habitats and the biological communities there. So for us, it was very exciting to come across this new species as part of that work.
Yeah, what's the thinking then as to why it is an eye on its head and another eyes, I don't know, on its bottom?
Yeah, we're still scratching our heads over that one.
Just don't scratch anything else.
Yeah, the worm itself lives is part of a wider grouping of worms called polychaete or bristle worms, and they occur across pretty much all of the habitats that we sample in Scottish waters and across the world. In a lot of cases, when we sample, we can find up to half of our samples contain this worms of this grouping, and they can be filter feeders or deposit feeders. Some are carnivores, so they're quite an important group, as they occupy many different levels of the food chain, and because there's such a lot of them. So while we're still working on what this specific species is contributing to the ecology, it's part of a wider group that's very important for biodiversity and the ecological richness of our waters.
Joey, thank you very much indeed for speaking to us. That's Joey O'Connor there from the Joint Nature Conservation Committee, and you can get more on that story on the BBC News website.